Hi, Renée Jones here with Pack Your Own Bag. So what thoughts and habits would you like to get rid of? Did you make a list? I can always make a list, unfortunately. I kind of think of it as my summer project to work on that list. It's a good time to focus as things do tend to slow down a bit. And it gives me a chance to dream about how I could greet September if I just focus on these adjustments. So what do you think? Do you want to play? However we came by these thoughts or habits, the weedy ones can be pulled up. Those long runners can be removed. And although some need conscious attention to keep at bay, the consistent care and cultivation of what we want minimizes the invasion. Now, this is a two-part process. Choosing what you want and thereby eliminating what you don't. So, choose one or two to focus on for the next month to 6 weeks. Seriously, just choose one or two. Otherwise, it's easy to get lost in the weeds of it. Pun intended. So, how do we weed out? Recognize the weedy thought or habit. Name it. Maybe even write it down so you can be very clear about this weed. It likely perpetually trips you up. Or you may hear it when you're beating up on yourself for something you've done. When you've overindulged or been upset and gone to food for comfort. What are the phrases that you know so very well? Consider the specific times you hear or do this. Is there a certain voice you hear it in? When do you most often think or do this? Is there a time or situation when you do not do it? Get clear on what and when it occurs. And then we cultivate what we want. So choose what you want most in this area. What are you working toward? Create a word, a phrase, or an action to replace the old one. The word can simply be a reminder of what you want to instill. What do you most want to be, feel, or do that is counter to the old thought or habit? And then focus on the new. It's going to take some practice to get it well established because you've been doing it the other way for a long time. So don't be surprised if it's not immediately automatic. One way I help reinforce new thoughts or habits is I create a phone alarm. You've heard me talk about this before. It goes off every day to remind me of the new thought or action I want to install. I change the label on the alarm to reflect my goal. It can be a word or a phrase, even a short sentence, although it gets very small type. But every time that alarm sounds, it reminds me to focus on the better choice. What do you think? How would you like to see something new in yourself in September? What would that be like? Could be cool. All right. All the best.